How does corruption hurt a place like Hong Kong? It eats at the very fabric of our society.
Horse. If we don't cooperate with the ICAC, and if we refuse to speak the truth when it's called for, corruption will become a way of life. And in the long run, who do you think will suffer the most?
It's a horse.
If you engage in corrupt actions during an election, not only can you never wash the stain away, you'll also damage Hong Kong's open and fair electoral system.
Anyone who has ever watched television in Hong Kong will be familiar with the ICAC's announcements of public interest, or APIs. Since the anti-graft agency was established in 1974, it has produced more than 70 adverts.
We'll consider the corruption situation in the society, the corruption trend, and also we'll study the annual opinion survey conducted by the ICAC to formulate the advertising themes, the messages we are going to deliver, and also the presentation style of the API.
Ms. Lee, who has been the creative force behind several of the TV spots, said corruption was at its worst during the 1960s and 70s. The theme of its ads focused on how corruption affected society, while encouraging people to report to the ICAC.
One of the earliest API we have is the hawker. It is about a hawker who was suffering from the corruption.
我日捱夜捱揾兩餐，你仲喺乞衣兜度揦飯食？我要親自去廉政署告你，我要親自去。
Hong Kong's economy began to develop rapidly in the 1980s and 90s, so the announcements changed focus and targeted corruption in the business sector.
So we have a number of APIs on this. One example is called the crocodile. We use an analogy just symbolizing the crocodile is the corrupt in the business sector.
He wanted to get rich quick. He cheated, took bribes. He didn't care who he hurt, even his friends and family. I reported him to the ICAC. Somebody had to.
To drive home the message that a person could lose everything by falling prey to corruption, the ICAC depicted a man in jail, having lost his family and his home.
Accepting a little advantage is only a small thing?
Moving into the millennium, the messages switched to the issue of clean elections.
假如有人唔守法規、貪污舞弊，企圖影響立法會嘅選舉結果，咁辛苦建立嘅基業就變得岌岌可危。
Money can buy you valuables, but your vote is priceless.
Having produced numerous anti-corruption announcements, Helen Lee said the latest series, A Clean Future for Our Next Generation, was her most gratifying project.
No one knows what their potential may be. So let's ensure an untainted society that offers them fair opportunities.
You know that for filming babies is very difficult because you cannot really ask the baby to react. So we just roll our camera and let them react. Some play, some cried, some sleep. And to the post-production side, then we base on the performance and we assign the occupation to them.
We may all have different dreams, but we have the same determination to fight corruption.
It is about only a fair and clean environment can we achieve our goals. So a clean future for our next generation is very important and also speaks the minds of the public. We have designed palm prints of different color, different sizes, symbolizing the public to support anti-corruption work in action. So we also encourage them not to tolerate corruption and report to the ICAC.
A clean future for our next generation.